Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge Fate Stay Night Remastered in der Unlimited Bladeworks Timeline. Und ja, beim letzten Mal haben wir ja zuerst gegen Tohsaka gekämpft und danach wurde unser Kampf durch einen Angriff von einem anderen Servant unterbrochen, den wir dann bekämpft haben. Und jetzt hat uns Tohsaka mit zu sich nach Hause geholt. Also mal sehen, was das jetzt werden kann. So, this is the Tohsaka household's living room, wherein Tohsaka spends her daily life.
それじゃあ腕を見せて。
She gets straight to the point. Thanks. I sit on the chair and put my right arm out. She takes off the towel that was wrapped around it. It feels like she's even closer now than before. With Tohsaka tending to my arm right in front of me, I can't help but notice how beautiful her black hair is, and it makes my heart beat faster.
あれ、おかしいな。傷口がさっきより小さくなってる。エミヤくん、自然治癒のまじないでもかけてるの？
No, I definitely didn't.
そうなの？その割には傷、もうほとんど塞がってるんだけど。
I didn't say anything about it being pretty. Wait, what did you just say?
だから、傷はほとんど治ってるって言ったの。私がしたのは血止めだけだから、治ってるなんてことはないはずなんだけど。
But I don't know anything about this.
本当？まあ、言われてみれば、エミヤくんは素人同然なんだし、自然治癒なんてまじないをかけられるわけないか。じゃあ、もしかしてセイバーの能力と関係あるのかな？
What does my wound healing have to do with Saber's abilities?
これは仮定だけど、セイバーと契約した時、何か手順を間違えて、力の流れが逆になったんじゃないかしら。エミヤくんとセイバーがどんな契約を結んだかは知らないけど、サーバントの中には契約者を不死にする者もいるっていうから、セイバー自身の自然治癒能力がそのままエミヤくんにも流れているのかもしれない。
And then as long as I'm in contact with Saber, then even if I get hurt, I would be fine.
まあそういうことになるけど、それは当てにしない方がいいわよ。結局あなたの傷を治してるのはセイバーってことになるんだから、セイバーの魔力を消費することになるし、何よりあなたのは傷を癒す力であって生を返すものじゃないわ。死んでしまえばそれまでなんだから、今回みたいな無茶は控えなさい。
Why she says all this? Before I even know it, she has finished her treatment and rebandaged my arm. She taps my arm and stands.
さて、それじゃあお茶でも入れようか。エミヤくん、砂糖とミルクどっちがいい？
Well, neither for me. Can you tell me the one thing before that, Tohsaka?
いいけど、何？
Well, what were you saying earlier about how there's one other master and that they're up to something?
ああ、そのこと？そっか、エミヤくんじゃ結界には気づかないか。まあ、簡潔に言うとね、学校には私とあなた以外にもう一人マスターがいて、さっきみたいなことを繰り返してるのよ。
The image of the collapsed female student appears in my mind. She was pale, and she would have died if Tohsaka didn't run over to her. So masters don't only go after other masters, huh? The priest said so, but why wouldn't they do such a thing?
聖杯戦争に勝つためでしょう。サーバントは人の精神を食べれば食べるほど魔力を蓄えられる。学校にいるマスターはね、うちの生徒をみんな生贄にして自分のサーバントを強くしようって魂胆なんでしょう。
What? Using the students as sacrifices? Are they insane?
さあ、けど学校にはすでに結界が張られてる。まだ完成してないけど、一度発動すればあの敷地にいる人間はみんな衰弱死するでしょうね。まあ、そんなことは私が許さないけど。
Tohsaka explains in a straightforward manner. This must be something she has known for days. That's why she knew what she had to do and went to school, even though she told me not to. She knew it's dangerous to be there, but she still went to stop the master who set up the bounded field. I'm ashamed of myself. It's only natural that Tohsaka got irritated seeing me come to school without any thought. I wasn't prepared for anything, as I was nonchalantly basking in my everyday life at school.
ちょっとどうしたのよ、さっきから落ち込んじゃって。私何か言っちゃった？
She looks at me worriedly. I bet she is making weird mental gymnastics again. No, you didn't. I was just thinking that I would never be able to beat you. I feel like it's wrong for me to apologize, so I try my best to put my feelings into words. What? This wasn't about the last fight.
わかってるわよ。それよりエミヤくん、とりあえず休戦しない？
Yay! Then she made a surprise attack on me with a smile that makes my heart jump. You mean between us?
そう。学校に潜むマスターはたちが悪いし、エミヤくんも敵に知られちゃったしね。私としてはあなたより先にあっちを片付けておきたいの。だからそれまで休戦して、二人でさっきのマスターを探さない？
It takes me aback, but I should consider it carefully. No, don't overthink it. What Tohsaka is saying is correct, and most of all, I can't ignore this master. First of all, I decided to fight so that I can stop masters who hurt innocent people.
どう？悪い条件じゃないと思うけど。
Yeah, it is promising if I can get your help.
待った。別に私はエミヤくんに力を貸すわけじゃないわ。ただ、休戦協定を結んだだけよ。
I see, so it doesn't mean that an enemy of an enemy is your ally, huh?
ええ。けど、それまでは信頼して。あなたが私を裏切らない限り、私はエミヤくんを助けるから。
She declares. This is so like her, and I'm genuinely grateful for this good fortune. Then you can count on me. I look forward to working with you, Tohsaka. I nod and hold my right arm out.
短い間だろうけど、せいぜい役に立ってよね。
Tohsaka sounds ungracious, but I'm not falling for it. For all her bluster, she still takes my hand and gives it a firm shake.
なるほどね。道理でおかしいと思った。つまりエミヤくんは正式な後継者じゃないんだ。魔術刻印を引き継ぐ前にお父さんが死んじゃったんでしょ？
I don't know, it seems like my old man had no intention of passing down his magic crest to me, and he was against me becoming a mage.
けど、エミヤくんに魔術は教えたのよね。なんか矛盾してない？それ。
Maybe, it seemed like he taught me reluctantly, since I wouldn't give up. At first, he told me to focus on being a spellcaster rather than a proper mage. We talked about unimportant stuff for a while.
協力関係になった以上、エミヤ家の事情が知りたい。
Since Tohsaka asked me that, we started talking about how I learned magecraft. Keitsugu Emiya was a lone wolf of mage, an outsider to this region. By contrast, Tohsaka's family has a prestigious lineage that manages this land. Normally, a mage from outside must show some good faith to the mage that keeps the land they stay in, but Keitsugu didn't do so. Actually, he hid the fact that he was a mage. It seems that as Rin, Tohsaka is the head of the Tohsaka family. She is the manager of this area at her young age. She was entrusted with it 10 years ago, and she said that it's only recently that she actually became able to protect the land. For that reason, the Tohsaka family was unaware of Keitsugu Emiya's existence, or his son for that matter.
魔術使いか。それじゃあエミヤくん、本当に素人なんだ。自分が使える魔術以外、魔導の知識はないわけね。
Yeah, that's right. I can only use strengthening. The only thing I know about are the names or a brief overview. I only use strengthening on that desk to use it as a shield, and that was the best I've ever managed.
ちょっと本気？なんでそんなことまで私に喋るのよ、あんたは。
Yay, der Idiot wieder. Then she gets mad for an entirely different reason. Is that something to get mad about?
突っ込むところっていうか、エミヤくん、私たち手を組んだけど、それでも内緒にしなくちゃいけないことってあるでしょ？手の内は隠しておくべきだし、第一、魔術師にとって自分の魔術は隠し通すべきものよ。
Really? There's no use in hiding anything now, right? It's true that we can't be telling people, but you're a mage. There's no problem if I tell you. My old man said that magecraft is not something to hide desperately, no matter who the person is.
何それ？エミヤ君の父親、本気でそんなこと言ってたの？
Yeah, I guess he wanted to tell me not to be bound by the rules. He always told me that I don't need to learn magecraft and I can quit anytime I want to. Tohsaka grits her teeth. I don't know what she is so irritated about, but Tohsaka radiates hostility like never before.
ふざけないで。あなたの父親は魔術師じゃないわ。そんな奴に鍛えられたあなたも魔術師なんて認めないから。
Tohsaka, calm down. Why are you so mad? Well, I know I'm no mage compared to you, but my old man was a great mage.
そうじゃない。私が言いたいのはそういうことじゃない。私が許せないのは、その...
That what? She got herself worked up, but having said that, her anger seems to dissipate.
ごめんなさい。ちょっとどうかしてた。鍛え方は人それぞれだものね。私は私に胸を張ってるんだから、エミヤ君をどうこう言えるはずがなかった。
I don't get it. Was there something that bothered her, you? Like my old man's way of teaching, or is it my lack of experience?
そうね。エミヤ君の未熟っぷりには文句あるわよ。何年も魔術を鍛えていて強化しか知らないところとか、そういう弱みを私に教えちゃうところとか。
Tohsaka smiles successively. I think I just felt a chill run down my spine. Look, I get it, but there's nothing I can do about it. I'm only good at strengthening it, and my old man passed away. There was no way for me to learn anything else.
ええ、それが独り身の魔術師の限界ね。魔術師なんていつ死ぬかわからないんだから、そのために魔術刻印を残すんだし、教会と手を組むんじゃない。私が頭に来たのはね、そのあたりの努力を全くしなかったあなたの父親によ。魔術師の魔術はその魔術師だけのものじゃない。魔術ってのは親から子へ何代も何代も続けられてきた命の成果だもの。その責任はもう自分だけのものじゃなくなるのよ。だからそれを教わるってことは、後の世代にそれを渡すってことが第一条件になる。魔術師の家に生まれた子供は誕生した瞬間に後継者であり伝承者でもあるの。私たちはそのために生まれて、そのために死ぬ。魔術師の子供は初めから人間じゃない。人として生まれたものを長い年月と厳しい修練によって別のものに変えるのが魔術師という家系の義務だから。エミヤ君のお父さんは魔術師なんかじゃない。あなたの父親は魔術師である前に親を取ったのよ。
She explained without making eye contact and looks away. To be honest, I don't know why Tohsaka is mad. How Tohsaka felt being raised in this house. What kind of training she went through as a daughter of a mage, and how much she had to sacrifice. No matter how hard I try to imagine, I would never be able to be like her. Hey Tohsaka, is that why you saw me as an enemy? Since I don't have the mindset of a mage?
そうよ。あなたのことは嫌いじゃないけど、魔術師としては認められないもの。だからつい気を据えるっていうか、つっつきたくなったの。悪い？
Well, it is bad, but I appreciate the warning. If it wasn't for that happening today, I wouldn't have noticed the master at school, and I wouldn't have been able to cooperate with you. I stared at her in affirmation. Tohsaka groans uncomfortably.
もう、なんだってこんなのがセイバーのマスターなのよ。
Her complaint really comes out of left field. We've been talking so long, it has already gotten dark. It's almost 7 p.m. I need to go home. Sooner I and Saber will get mad. So Tohsaka, we are going to look for the master at school, right?
ええ。明日の放課後、廊下で待ち合わせましょう。ああ、それと帰りはアーチャーをつけてあげる。私はやることがあるから送ってあげられないけど、アーチャーがいれば問題ないでしょ。
I completely forgot until she mentioned him. This is Tohsaka's house, so of course Archer would be here. The knight in red, Archer takes form. Come to think of it, this is my first time actually facing him. The servant that fought Saber and almost got his head cut off by her. The man who paid no heed to Saber and even tried to bury her along with Berserker. It might be because of those things. When I faced him and looked him in the eye, I instinctively felt that I hate him. It's probable that I will never accept him. Maybe it's the same for Archer as he stares at me with enmity. That's just what I want. If he hates me, I can hate him back without any guilt.
よろしくね、アーチャー。彼とは協力関係になったから、襲いかかったりしちゃダメよ。
わかっている。マスターの指示には従うさ。
Archer disappears. Since he can't go outside dressed like that, it must mean that he will escort me in spirit form. I walk through the darkening town. It's not yet 7 p.m, so there are still people around. I don't think an escort is necessary, but I have no reason to turn down her goodwill. But maybe I should have declined. I feel on edge. The goosebumps on my skin are going crazy and I feel like I will hurl from the tension. I feel hostility piercing my back. The invisible guard is the most cautious of me. The person he is supposed to be protecting. Sorry. What the hell kind of protection is this? The sensation is being caused by him. My very nerves are being worn out by the sky behind me. Around here is fine, this might end up like last time if you get any closer. I tell the presence behind me. Archer doesn't answer. He just accepts my complaints and tries to leave. Hold on, don't you have something you want to say? I glare at the invisible guy. The presence trying to leave stops. He takes form with his hostility still present.
見直したよ。殺気を感じ取れる程度には心得があるらしい。いや、てっきり虫も殺さない平和主義者だと思っていたが。
Don't mock me, I'm still a mage. If my enemy wants to fight, I will fight. I confront the knight in red with all my might so that I don't get overpowered. He gives me a mocking smirk and shrugs.
たわけたこと。血の匂いがしない魔術師など半人前だ。死にそう教わらなかったのか、エミやシロ。
My spirit weakens. Yeah, Kiritsugu certainly said so. Mages are stained with blood. It doesn't matter whether you hurt others or not. Even if you don't do it yourself, the path moving forward is paved with blood. That's why Kiritsugu said not to become a mage. Are you saying you don't smell blood on me?
無論だ。その点においても、エミやシロはマスターには向いていない。リンとは大違いだな。
What do you mean? Are you saying that you can smell blood on Tohsaka?
するとも。あれはいささか甘すぎる嫌いはあるが、それでも手を下すときは容赦すまい。そうでなくては、連日マスターを探して街を巡回などしないさ。
Looking around for masters every day. That means she is fighting other masters. It's not like she is done once she finds them. Then, so Tohsaka is doing stuff like what happened today all the time. The incident at school. The same thing as what happened in the woods.
まさか、今日のような手たらくは今回限りにしてほしいものだ。あれだけの意志と能力を持った魔術師がお前を相手にするとどうも年相応に戻ってしまう。だいたい彼女の能力ならエミやシロと協力する必要などないのだ。にもかかわらず余分なことをしている。私としては協力など反対なのだが、まあ仕方があるまい。サーバントはマスターに従うものだ。そうだろ、エミやシロ。たとえマスターが役に立たない未熟者でも、サーバントは従わなければならないということだ。
He is. I would swear he is talking about me and Saber. I see, I feel bad for Tohsaka having to partner with such a cynical guy.
まったく呆れる。忠告するが、サーバントの性格など考慮するな。我らはただ戦うために呼び出された者。所詮サーバントは霊樹でつながれた道具に過ぎない。支配権はお前たちにあるのだから、道具のざれ言など聞き流す。
I can tell him that's not the case. What Archer, who is bound as such, said is the truth. I can't think of Saber as a tool, but it is true that Saber is bound by the command spells.
で、呼び止めた要件は何だ？まさか親睦を深めようなどとふざけた理由ではあるまい。
Oof. There's no reason. I just don't like him, so I needed to complain. Oh yeah. Archer, do you want the Holy Grail too? I ask an obvious question in desperation. Then.
聖杯？はあ。人間の望みを叶えるという悪質な宝箱か。興味はないな。私の望みはそんなものでは叶えられまい。
The knight in red so declares, his disdain obvious. What? That is contradictory. Servants desire the Holy Grail. Isn't that why they answer the call of their mage and become a servant? Wait, that's messed up. Why else would you become a servant?
成り行き上仕方なくだ。私に自由意志などない。お前はサーバントが自らの意志で呼び出しに応じているとでも思っているのだろうがな。
What? Don't have free will? Does it mean that he was called against his will even though he is not interested in the Holy Grail?
幸せな男だ。本当に考えたことはなかったのか？いいか。サーバントとは呼び出されるものだ。いいな。英霊とは全て自らの意志ではなく他者の意志によって呼び出される。過去の功績によって英霊となり、以後は人々の間で語り継がれ、その支えになるものだが、その当の英霊自身が心の底から人間の助けになりたいなどと思っていると。
Well, I don't know. If they are called heroic spirits, they must be noble to some degree. That's why I have the impression of them protecting people, but that's not the case for many of the servants that I have encountered.
そうだ。もともと英霊というものに意志などない。英霊となったものは以後ただ人間を守る力として置かれるだけだ。何かこちらで不都合があった場合のみ呼び出され、その後始末をして消えるだけの存在。あるがないもの。人の世の危機を救おうが誰にも認識されないもの。それが英霊。死をなってしまったが最後、意志を剥奪され永遠に人間のために働き続ける掃除屋に過ぎん。
What? Summoned only to disappear? Heroic spirits are tools without a will? That can't be true. You and Seba both have your own will. Well, you might have been summoned against your will, but don't you have a choice after you have been summoned? Like how Seba turns down things that she doesn't want to do.
当然だろう。我々はサーバントだ。誰が作ったシステムだか知らんが、この戦いはよくできている。本来本体からの触覚でしかない英霊に形を与え、本体そのものとして刺激するのだからな。サーバントという殻を与えられた英霊はその時点で元の人間性を取り戻せる。かつての執念、かつての無念とともにな。
Yeah, and genau das desires and regrets they once had.
故にサーバントは聖杯を求めるのだろうよ。聖杯を得れば叶わなかった無念を晴らせるだろうし、短い時間であれ人間としてこの世界にとどまれるのだから。
Stay here as humans? That must mean that they can be free as an individual and not as a servant. In addition, the Holy Grail has the power to grant wishes. If it means that they can grant the wishes they had before they died, then it makes sense for Seventh to cooperate with the Masters. So the Holy Grail is a miracle that came out of nowhere to the heroic spirits as well. Then why you? You said you don't need something like the Grail, but you can fulfill a wish that couldn't come true, and you can quit being a servant.
単純な話だ。私には叶えられない願いなどなかった。
Huh?
他の連中とは違う。私は望みを叶えて死に英霊となった。故に叶えたい望みなどないし、人としてここに留まることにも興味はない。それはお前のサーバントも同じだろうさ。
What? Don't be stupid. Saber said she needed the Holy Grail. She is not like you, a servant with no objective.
私の目的。
Archimon was stunned. Okay. I wonder why. He was just muttering to himself, but I felt a chill.
目的があろうとなかろうと同じだ。気になるのならば問いただしてみるがいい。セイバーの目的は聖杯でありながら、決して聖杯を自分のためには使わない。そういった意味であれは典型的な守護者。文字通り奴隷なのだ。そのことを彼女のマスターであるのなら決して忘れないことだ。
His presence disappears. The knight in red hurts. Spiteful remarks until the very end as he leaves. Und ich würde dann sagen, dass ich an dem Punkt auch diese Folge hier dann beende. Vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao!